We are live, people. We're live on Discord and we are live on YouTube as well. Welcome to this Bash in Berlin review. It is August the 31st, 2024, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Welcome to the show, people. Welcome to the experience, and we got a pretty big show for y'all. Um, and you already know who me. I'm Drew. With me as always, and he's trying to charge his phone apparently.
Sorry, Justin from Spinebuster Tees and SpinebusterTees.com.
All right, and we're not alone, people. We got a third man. It's you know him. I know him. I love him dearly. We love him dearly. Good friend.
It's your boy RJ the Brooklyn Savage, as heard on the Brooklyn Power Trip and RJ and the Savage Squad. So nice to be on the show again, kicking it with Drew and Justin, as always.
Oh yeah, man. Good to have you back.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Always a good time when we do these shows.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, we're gonna do something I guess we implemented on the last show. It's gonna be a very short segment. It's called shooting the shit. How's everybody doing today?
I'm great. Had a good day at the shop. I was actually gifted this shirt. This can't even see up here, but this Moxley t-shirt here. So one of my regulars came in and gifted me a shirt today. So, I decided to wear it here on the podcast. It's a pretty cool shirt. Moxley bleeding all over the place. What else would you expect? So pretty cool.
Death, taxes, and Moxley's bleeding all over the place.
There you go. You know what I mean? But it's a pretty cool shirt. So I was like,
it's definitely a badass shirt.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not the biggest John Moxley guy like that, but yeah, no, that's a badass shirt, bro.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Nice. What about you, RJ? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I'm out here chilling. We still got the remodeling and stuff going on at the store. I'm waiting for that shit to pass, but there's a couple of different things keeping me occupied on the side. But yeah, nah, it's been a nice little it's been nice the last couple of months. It's definitely been pretty nice. So I can't complain. Just like I said, take a day at a time and always rock and roll from there.
You can't ask for anything less.
No, not at all.
I'm doing pretty good. I've been working a lot. Got the show here. Been going to the gym. Try to go at least 3 to 4 times a week. Try to do more than just cardio. Been trying to work on abs and legs. So it works because they always say if you're not in pain, it ain't working. So other than that, can't complain too much. But yeah, man, we're getting ready to talk about this pay-per-view, PLE,
Yeah.
whatever you choose to call it. So let's get some shit started. So WWE Bash in Berlin. It was today. It was earlier today at 12 p.m. Central Time, 1 p.m. Eastern. On the Peacock, on the cock, as we like to call it sometimes. August 31st, 2024 is in Berlin, Germany at the Uber Arena. 5 matches. I think that's kind of what you needed. It was a pay-per-view that ended before 3. So that's just lovely. I think it ended like literally at 3. But didn't really watch I watched a little bit of the pre-show. I know there was like a Gunther vignette where he was at the gym and he was just shit talking Randy Orton. So that was kind of fun. Did you guys watch the pre-show at all?
A little bit of it. It wasn't priority though.
Yeah, same. There's no matches or anything like that. Why do I need to sit and watch a whole hour of video packages that I can watch on YouTube?
I mean,
Or that they've shown already. Like it doesn't. I think Triple H needs to maybe spice it up a little bit. Maybe if you're not gonna have a match that has any consequences on the pre-show, maybe why not just, I don't know, if you want speed to be a big deal, why not just co-stream a speed match or something, or a speed title match? I don't know. I'm just thinking of ways you can have some type of consequence on the show, even though the speed stuff, it's more of an X thing. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that'd be a perfect opportunity to get some more eyes on it if people aren't looking for it. So I don't know. I'm just thinking on the top of my dome ways you can really shake that thing up because the too much of the talking that can get a little draggy, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was a 2-hour pre-show as well. That was another thing. So,
Yeah,
you know,
that's ridiculous.
I kind of agree. I would like to think that they would. This is what I think they should do. They should have like the first hour, you know, like first hour, talking vignettes and things of that nature, and before the top of the second hour, you have your match. Then after
Mhm.
that, you can have like your talkie segments again. But again, like if you do that, is going to be enough people in the arena, things of that nature. So I get what they're doing. Triple H is doing the old NXT Black and Gold format, but even on those shows, sometimes they even have pre-show matches too as well. So
Mhm.
like 2015 NXT, 2016 NXT. So I mean, there's pros and cons to it, but like I wasn't, you know, to me for the pre-shows is like, you don't have to watch it if you don't want to, pretty much.
Right.
So if there is a match,
Mhm.
great, but like if if there's not a match, is really optional, and I don't really think it's really offensive to me. It's different with AEW. AEW is like you got 3 or 4 or sometimes pre-show matches, and it's like some have consequences, right? Kind of like with Will Nightingale and Chris Statlander. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That tag team match that happened at Wembley. So, but like if you don't want to sit there and watch a whole nother 2 hours of pro wrestling, then that's already added on the top of a 4-hour show for AEW, then I totally get it. So
Yeah.
All right, and speaking of speed, they announced that there's going to be a speed for the women's division,
oh yeah,
which
they announced that a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys have watched the speed matches, right?
I've seen a couple. I haven't seen all of them, but I've seen a couple. They're pretty fun. I like the concept.
Yeah, same here. Like I don't mind. Like, people bitch about it. No, speed. Ooh, it's garbage and blah blah blah. Nah, but it creates urgency and it's a different concept. And I think it's fun because you don't know who's gonna pull out what at any given time. You know what I'm saying? So I find that interesting than just having a long drawn out fucking 20-minute match all the time. So speed is different to me and different is it could be good, it could be bad, but to me, speed is a good different. I don't mind it at all.
The same people who complain about speed are the same people who complain that there are no innovations in pro wrestling, and WWE is at least trying it. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So you can't win.
No, you can't. You
No, you
definitely can't.
can't please everybody. Yeah, it's fun.
Mhm.
I don't 100% love it, but it's fun. I can kill a little bit of time getting into it. But
I
yeah, I
just
mean
I,
the
I just
what
wish the matches. Sorry to cut you off, Drew, but I just
no
wish the
no
matches was like five minutes instead of 3. I can
right.
get jiggy. I can get even more jiggy with like 5 minutes, but and just make the title matches. I don't know 7, but that's just
Yeah,
me.
that makes more sense.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into the main show.
Hmm.
The show opens with Cody Rhodes, the WWE champ. I say WWE champion, undisputed champion, whatever. I'm gonna say WWE champion because that sounds easier. Versus
Hmm.
Kevin Owens, for the WWE title. Um, Cody's Cody, still over. Kevin Owens comes out to a pretty good reaction as well. Um, the story heading into this is, Kevin Owens felt unworthy of getting a world title match that he felt he didn't earn, and Cody was like, "Nope, I want you. I think it should be you and me." Which is, I don't know. I can't remember the last time a champion said, "Hey, you want a title shot?" And the challenger's like, "Nah, I'm good." Like that just seems weird. But um, I'm glad I watched a clip the what do you call it, the interview segment on SmackDown where Kevin Owens and Cody were in the ring because it kind of made sense as to what was going on in the match. I don't mean to skip ahead, but like towards like a bit, I guess towards like the I guess last 7-8 minutes of the match, there was a part where Cody's leg buckled, and Kevin Owens looks like he's going to take advantage of the injury, but doesn't. So kind of planting the seeds for another Kevin Owens heel turn. But other than that, I actually did like the match. Of course, the fans got into it. The international fans, they do love getting these pay-per-views, PLEs, whatever you want to call them. And it shows. Like, and I'm happy for him. Sometimes the chants can be a little, they can be a little annoying. Not gonna lie, especially in the main event. And we'll get to that when we get to it. But yeah, this is a good match. I think it started to click probably a little better, maybe in like the second or yeah, like in the middle of the second act of the match. Um, Cody obviously getting the win, and yeah, I thought it was a good match. Very, very good match. What'd you guys think?
I thought it was a very good opener. They told a good story in the match. The only thing I did not like is Cody. He goes to the well too many times. What I mean, he always does some version of a Cody Cutter. Always does some version of Disaster King. Always does some version of the Crossroads multiple times in the match. Nothing wrong with that. It's a formula, but it's just that I wish he would kind of change it up a little bit. Didn't make the match bad. The match was still, I thought, pretty great. It picked up definitely, towards the middle and end of it. And also on top of that as well, I like the story that was being told with, the late development about Cody Rhodes' knee, and they brought that up on Friday, and Kevin Owens with the killer instinct. They still have that killer instinct, to win a singles championship that he has not won in 7 years. That they mentioned many times on commentary. But it was a good opening match. And one thing too as well is that I'm pretty sure that we knew that Gunther and Randy Orton was going to main event because obviously they're in Germany or whatnot. But that goes to show you what kind of champion Cody Rhodes is. That he's willing to open up the top guy, open up a show like this to basically give up a spot for Gunther and have Gunther have his moment. So good match. Nothing fantastic, nothing great, but I thought it was very, very good.
All right, RJ.
I agree with you guys. I thought this match was very, very good. I like the storytelling as well. With Kevin Owens battling his inner demons. Does he still have the killer instinct? Does he have the gall and the gusto to go after one of his good friends and the business like that? Does he have that dog to rip off Cody's leg and knee and use it
Right.
against him? Obviously, he didn't have it tonight, but I thought Kevin Owens. I was more impressed with Owens, his performance in particular. I thought he was deep in his bag. He was hitting a lot of moves that we hadn't seen him do in a long time. Kevin was looking. He was looking really, really sharp. And I'm not saying he doesn't usually look sharp, but he in particular was looking really, really sharp here. He tried to make the best of his opportunity. And Cody, I agree with you, Justin, going for the well a little too many times. But also, I had another problem. I had a problem that he kicked out of the stunner twice. I didn't like that either. Because kicked out of the stunner, and I'm like, really? Come on, man! Like we couldn't. Y'all smart guys. Y'all couldn't have a foot underneath the rope or something to break that up. Like especially the way Cody was dropping and selling for it for the stunner. Like he twirled and he dropped like he got shot. In a drive by.
Yeah.
And it's like you couldn't twirl and drop and put your foot underneath the rope or something like that to break it. That's like I didn't like the fact that he kicked out of the stunner twice. It might be a small little nitpick, but I just hate when guys kick out of finishers like that over and over again or multiple times in a match. In this case, it was twice, so I didn't like that. But I thought the match was really good. It wasn't fantastic. It wasn't blow away, but it was definitely a really good opener, a really good WWE Championship match. And I'm with you, Drew. I'm just calling it a WWE Championship at this point. I ain't doing that long Universal Undisputed.
Right.
Man, forget all that shit. I ain't saying all that.
So
Come on.
so so RJ, let me ask you something because I don't think we ever talked about Cody's title reign. So like me and Justin kind of went back and forth about his title reign. It's not terrible, but like I think what would have made it work better is if he had heels to work with.
Yes.
Because because I was under the assumption that when the draft happened, he would have went to Raw since Raw is the flagship show. It's going to Netflix. Cody's kind of well, not kind of. He is the babyface in the company, not just in the company, in wrestling. And now he's on SmackDown. And I remember Justin specifically said this after Mania that you're going to see what kind of champion Cody wants to be. And Cody clearly is the guy who wants to just go out there and have really good wrestling matches. And that's all fine and good, but it's just like for the past 2 years with Cody, it's always been about finish the story, taking down the evil bloodline, and the evil Rock and the evil Roman Reigns. And then he
Mm-hmm.
does, and then the first title defense is against AJ Styles, and it's 50-50 booking. And it's like that match with AJ in a vacuum, when you look at it as a wrestling match, it was a really good wrestling match. But
Yeah.
it's like, AJ should just be a heel and just use heel tactics to try to, beat Cody, where Cody has to fight from under to win. Instead, it's just 50-50 booking. And
Mhm.
I heard this on a podcast, and I forgot who said it, is, if there's 50-50 booking, nobody's over.
Yeah. That's
And
true.
so, Justin, I don't know if I don't want to put words in your mouth, Justin, but like, I don't know if the word you use is boring as far as like talking about Cody's title reign.
No, then say boring, lackluster maybe, but not boring.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Cody Rhodes, he's gonna get his story here very soon, and it's gonna be against Randy Orton. Randy turns heel.
Okay.
Everyone's asking why Kevin Owens didn't turn heel. Kevin Owens didn't even want the title shot to begin with. Well, what does he have to turn heel about?
Yeah. And plus, he's the red herring here.
Like, what does he
That
have to turn heel about? Like, there's no reason for him to turn heel. He didn't even want the title shot in the first place. It's gonna be Randy, and I think
Mhm.
that the right decision is to have Randy beat Cody temporarily, and have Randy be champion temporarily, so
Yeah.
Cody can get the title back and have the chase because everyone loves Cody when he's in the chase.
Yeah. I agree.
Wouldn't mind that. I mean,
You know what I
because like,
mean?
wouldn't be the first time that's happened, with a title run. I mean,
Did it with
you know,
Drew?
Shawn Michaels won his title, got hurt. I mean, not got hurt, but lost it to who was it, Sid, and then won it back. Austin was champion, then lost it, and then won it back. So I'm also again
He lost it and went back the next night. Actually,
won it back the next night, lost it again, and then won it back again. Yeah, I'm all in RJ. You've said this time and time again. I'm with you on this. I don't. I'm good with long title reigns, especially for like the world title. If it's like one of the secondary titles, like Intercontinental, US,
Yeah, you can get past
uh,
that.
like that's fine because those are the secondary titles, and you want them to mean something.
Mhm.
Gunther made it mean something. The world title doesn't need to be long. Like it
No.
doesn't have to have a long reign. With Roman, in his case, he was kind of the best of a bad situation because
Yep.
he was really the only star on the roster at a time when there wasn't Cody, there wasn't CM Punk yet, there wasn't Gunther yet. It was just Roman. Like who else could you have given it to? Daniel Bryan, Edge? No.
No, those
But
guys
now,
are on the decline.
right now you have L.A. Knight, you have Cody, you have. I mean, you can give Randy another title shot. You can give Braun a title shot. I mean, eventually you're going to have NXT guys like Oba Femi or Trick
Mhm.
Williams,
Mhm.
be in that main event picture. So,
Yeah.
yeah, but with Cody, again, I don't hate it. Little lackluster, like Justin said. But it's just like, the 50-50 booking I'm not a fan of, but with Cody, he's kind of, I guess, trying to think of the mindset of like a
well, Cody
professional
hasn't had
wrestler.
anything. He's been winning.
No, no, no. I'm not. Again, he's winning. He's winning. I know
Yeah,
that. But
yeah.
like,
There's no 50-50 booking. You got to lose to have 50-50 booking.
yeah, but like he's again, example, AJ, like that was a 50-50 match. With Kevin, this made sense because the story being built was that Kevin didn't feel like he earned a title shot. He didn't think he was worthy. And then you're toying with the idea of Kevin being a heel. So, but
So, do you think so? So, what do you think is better? Have a competitive match back and forth, or just have Cody not saying squash, but like being in total control, dominating through the match, and just have him win? I think
I
that'll
think
be worse.
I think when there's a story behind it, depending, because and I keep going back to the AJ match. With the AJ match, it was just like, hey, I want to face AJ because I like AJ, and I love AJ, but AJ is the guy who should be putting over the other guy. And like I mentioned with that match, like the Logan Paul match, I really liked. I thought that was kind of under the radar because Logan is kind of the perfect heel for Cody at the time for the time being.
Yeah,
Because Logan's Logan. He's a shit heel. He fights.
But that I get it, great match, but again, it goes back, okay, 50-50, right? We knew that Logan Paul wasn't gonna win
Right.
because he was United States champion.
Right.
yeah,
So I'd much rather have it like this with someone with like Kevin Owens or AJ Styles. We know that they're not going to win either, but it's a more higher chance for them to win because of the unknown. There was that unknown with AJ Styles, like, oh man, he faked the retirement. Are they actually going to give him the belt? We knew it wasn't going to happen, but it had that scenario in our head. We didn't have that scenario in our head for Logan Paul. Logan Paul's United States champion. He ain't going to win the fucking WWE championship.
yeah.
Kind
And
of
and,
like
to-
it's kind of like
and
what
that
happened tonight. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go for it.
no, I was going to say to add to your point too, like AJ Styles' desperation because of the fact that he faked the
Yeah,
retirement. How
that match
desperate
was
would AJ
glorious.
Styles have been to win the championship? How far would he went to do it?
And I actually like
So
that match. I actually like was it the last man standing? I quit.
I
What was
quit.
it? I
I
actually
think it was
like
I
that
quit.
match better. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Just again, personal opinion. I would have preferred if Cody went to Raw because you would have had more heels for him to work with. That's just me.
Right. I
I,
mean,
I, I
he's gonna have his heels coming up here. I mean, but again, though, like heels, baby faces, yes, he does need heels to work with, but if there's story that's involved, because he's already like this is the first babyface match that he's had.
Yeah.
Yeah, because AJ was heel. AJ was
yeah.
heel because obviously the fake retirement.
Hmm.
So AJ was heel,
Logan
Solo
Paul.
obviously, Logan Paul. So yeah, he has heels to work with. It may not be the heels that we want to see, but he has heels to work with. And
And
once Randy turns heel, this conversation that we're having right now may be irrelevant at this
yeah.
point. So
And by the way, they're threatening us with another Solo Sokoa Cody match. By the way.
Oy.
yeah,
Oy.
yeah, possibly Bad Blood. Maybe we don't know. I wouldn't
Uh,
do that Bad Blood, but I wouldn't do that Bad Blood. I'll do it on the first SmackDown on USA.
I'd do it too. Just go ahead and
Yeah,
get
that
it out
makes
of their
sense.
system. Get it out of their system. Solo Sokoa does not need another pay per view match.
And now be
No.
a great time to bring back Roman too.
Yeah, definitely for
And
Big Pop.
maybe have turn Randy Hill too. Just overbook the shit. Just do it all right there.
Yeah,
Yeah, and like
bunch of chaos.
yeah, because before I admit like I wasn't keen on the idea of Randy being a heel, but now it makes sense because Randy can be like he can tell Cody, I made you and I can break you. Like
Yeah,
just
there you
do
go.
that. So but
And
we'll get
where's
to
and there's evidence.
yeah,
It's not
we'll get to Randy in a bit.
it's not like we don't have packages of Randy Orton smacking the shit out of Cody Rhodes backstage and shit.
Hmm.
We got evidence, so there's no lie detected there.
Yeah.
Anywho, next match
Mhm.
was for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Alba Fire and Isla Dawn versus Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill.
Yeah,
And
form.
it's weird. It's weird. My sister-in-law said something that was kind of funny, where she's
Mm.
like, "How is it that all four women are talented, but they're kind of boring?" Like this match, I don't know. This match just wasn't clicking. Like maybe it's because the fans are so hot in the beginning, and then this match came along and they're just kind of tepid. It's like Bianca Belair came out, and I couldn't tell if it's just the audio, if that's just the fans. Like she kind of got a polite applause from the German crowd. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, this match was kind of predictable, and I usually say there's good predictable. This was not necessarily bad predictable, but it was just predictable. Like you kind of figured what was going to happen. I mean, I picked Isla, Dawn, and Alba Fire
Yeah,
to
we
win.
both did. Yeah. Yeah.
I
I
because
did. I
I
did
was
as well.
thinking like is there going to be a heel turn on Jade, or are they going to do something ballsy and have like a heel turn from Bianca? But that was not the case. Bianca and Jade won. The match itself wasn't terrible. It was a good match. I'll say it was a good match. Wasn't anything I'm going to remember in 2 months, but it was what it was. That's the most polite way I can put it. Um, Alba Fire and Island Dawn, they had a pretty decent title run. It's kind of weird because like for the first I would say month, or maybe less than that, they kind of weren't really doing anything. And
Mhm.
then for like the last month is when they started to wrestle more and have, better matches. Not to say they
Yeah.
didn't have good matches before, but like that's when you start to see more and more of them. They had a pretty good triple threat women's match, on Raw a few weeks ago. But again, not to say this match was bad. You kind of can figure where it was going to go. But yeah, Bianca and Jade are tag champs again, which makes sense because they're the stars. They look like stars, and you need those tag titles to mean something. So, but what'd
I
you
need
guys
to
think?
get rid of the tag titles and make
Agreed.
a mid card belt. This
Agreed.
doesn't do anything. It doesn't. Like, I don't care what anyone says. The tag titles. This is the worst thing about WWE is these women's tag titles. Just make a mid card belt and just have that champion go between, each brands. But I will say this. I thought the match was fine. I won't necessarily say good, but Jay looked pretty good here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, she looks better than what she usually has. So I will say that. But outside of
Yeah.
that, match not memorable at all. Jade and Bianca winning. Like, I don't know. I think they may want to try to have this match go to WrestleMania, and they probably figure like, hey, we can't have this story go for 6 months or 5 months. Like, we probably want this to go maybe for 3 months, and I think they probably want to have probably have Bianca turn or Jay turn or whoever turn, possibly close to the beginning of the year or the end of the year. So
But yeah, Jade didn't look too bad. She didn't look too bad out there. I mean, a lot of the gist of the match was Alba and Isla trying to keep Jade out of the match, and then when she finally got in, that's when the crowd started to get a little bit more hot for this match.
tag.
Hot tag. What'd you think, RJ?
Yeah. Nah. To me, it was just formulaic isolation, tag match, trying to keep Jade on the apron and out of the match. I thought Alba and Isla were fine. Bianca was fine. I thought Jade looked good. She didn't fuck anything up. She didn't try to do too much. Did the last match she botched the springboard and kind of trying to do a little too much, but she stuck to the basics and she looked fine. And they won the titles. I agree. I think it's time to pack it up on these women tag team championships. We don't even have teams. Shawn Michaels got the teams. He got the use for it. I'll give him that. Michaels could make at least 4 to 5 teams in NXT right now and outdo Triple H with the women's tag team championships. So I'll give Michaels that, but Triple H is just it's not happening with the main roster stuff. So I agree. I'd say scrap those belts, bring in the mid card belt already. Shawn Michaels proves that it's kind of working. Well, although I'm not a fan of his current mid card women's champion right now, I think that he's showing that it can work and it can have some use. So I think Triple H needs to follow suit. But I thought the match was okay. I didn't think it was crazy or anything like that. It was fine.
It was a match that I don't think needed to be on this pay per view. I'll kind of
No, it should have been on the show yesterday, if we're being honest.
Yeah, it should have been on Smack. It was a SmackDown match. Like
I
a lot.
agree. I 100% agree. But who would you replace?
Fucking
What's the replacement match?
Mello and Andrade, shit.
Yeah,
Especially if you
that's
make
fair.
okay, if you announced the winner of this series, you announce the best of 7. The winner of the series gets a title shot at LA Knight at fucking Bad Blood or
Right.
something like that.
Why wasn't LA Knight on the show? That's another big thing. Like LA Knight, still over. The people
Mhm.
still chant, yeah. They still
You
buy his
actually
merch.
say
Like
that still over, like as if it's
what?
as if it's a popularity dip.
Well, no, I'm making a point. Like
Yeah,
just
I know. I'm just giving you shit.
yeah, just like people like LA Knight. Put LA Knight on the show. I'm pretty sure the German crowd would have went, yeah, yeah, like they would have went nuts for him. But yeah, just like this match didn't need to be on. It didn't need to be on. All like the other 4 matches, they seem like pay-per-view matches. This
Yeah,
was the quintessential should have been on SmackDown.
I agree.
But anywho, next is you have CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in a strap match. I guess old school rules where you have to touch all four corners to win the match. What you guys think? Let's somebody else start the thing off. What you guys think?
That was an excellent match. That was excellent.
Nothing to add.
I mean, it was an excellent old school strap match. People were getting so horny over a drop of blood, which is fucking silly to me. But yay, blood! Like anytime when people say blood, they kind of like, oh my god, blood! It's like, guys, calm the fuck down. Like a speck of blood. Like chill. Let's calm down. All right.
Well, Justin, to be fair, we've been so conditioned for so long that any speck of blood was so bad in the WWE. Anytime you see any type of blood, the referee's got his gloves on and we're stopping the match because we got to wipe this thing off.
Yeah, I get it. But
So-
at the same time, it's kind of overrating it too. At the same time, it's like we've been getting. I mean, I'm not saying we began like Crimson Mask or anything like that, but we casually started to see more blood. I think it's kind of like the John Cena "You Can't See Me" jokes. Like people are still saying these jokes. I'm like, where's John Cena? And I'm like, just saying they do that. And,
all I see is a cap.
yeah, it's like okay, we get it, and that's the way I'm feeling like right now. It's like, oh my god, blood. It's like okay, we get it, right? Now, if we start to see Crimson Mask bloody and like AEW blood, okay, that's different, but just a little cut, and it's like and the sweat clears off in like less than 3 minutes. Is that really something to get happy over? You know what I mean? But anyway, but the match I liked. I really liked the match. A great story told. They used the strap as an enhancement to the match. I like the lights, how obviously to tell who's who rarer because Drew was the red and Punk was the green. And love the story at the end when Punk took off. He did the GTS. It was like the fourth or fifth one, wherever it was. Took off the bracelet and hit the last turnbuckle with that bracelet. So, very good stuff. Very good stuff. Now, as of right now, we believe that this is gonna be another match. Bad Blood, Hell in a Cell. We get that's where it's possibly going, right? But how do we get to that point? Because as of right now, Drew McIntyre needs to do something because this story was about the bracelet. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, let me cut you off. Let me just add to it. I agree. Like, I was just thinking about that earlier because I was listening to Brooklyn Power Trip, RJ, and you brought something up too. Like CM Punk, has so far he's been happy-go-lucky CM Punk, and that's cool. But it's like, we don't need CM Punk to be angry. We need CM Punk to like have more vitriol in these promos, especially with Drew, because I don't know how you guys feel about this. Like, again, obviously I love the feud. Like, it's probably it's more than likely the best feud in the company. But in some ways it kind of feels one-sided, and I'll explain why. Because with CM Punk, Drew McIntyre is obviously has more reason to be angry than Punk. Like Punk's whole thing is you injured me, you took me off the shelf, so I'm gonna make your life hell. And with Drew, he cost him the title twice at Mania and in Scotland. With Drew, yeah, he took the bracelet, but I think what Punk did was maybe far worse. With Justin, to add what you were saying, Drew needs to really do something that sends Punk over the edge to where it's like, yeah, this needs to be a Hell in the Cell. Like, this warrants a Hell in the Cell.
Right. So I mean, that could be a matter of anything. Like he can kidnap Larry. He can, break into his home and terrorize AJ.
Oh god.
I mean, he can take the bracelet back. He can take the bracelet back tomorrow and break it. You know what I mean? Which I don't want to see because I think that would be a little silly. But regardless, right? I really think that they really need to amp it up. I mean, they're gonna get there. They're gonna get there. I don't think they're gonna disappoint us because Raw has been they've been great at at that development from week to week to week. So I thought the match was excellent though.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Drew can. Oh, sorry, RJ. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say because I know you wanted us to go first. I thought the match was really really good. I thought CM Punk. I thought Punk looked good because I was watching. I was watching for Punk to see how how he was moving, how he was grooving, to make sure hey, this guy still got it. And then I thought he had a good performance in particular. Both men did well, but I was looking at Punk. I was paying attention to him more extra than usual to see how he moved. And I thought Punk did well. I thought both guys did well. And yeah, this is a really fun strap match. And I agree with you guys. You got to take it up a notch for the Hell in the Cell because obviously that's where we're heading. That's where most of us believe this is heading, and it has to end that way. They're tied to peace now, so yeah, we have to really amp it up. I would even suggest that Drew McIntyre give AJ Lee a fucking future shot, but
Or Claymore.
or Claymore. Oh my god!
Do like with Randy Orton and Triple H in '09, where like he just ties CM Punk to the post and he just like gives her a claymore while CM Punk is
Oh my!
handcuffed.
There you
They
go.
probably won't do that. Like they're probably gonna wait till Netflix to do shit like that. But I'm just like, dude, come on. Like
Yeah.
you got to do something to really amp up this feud, you
Mm-hmm.
know? Or like Drew can like while Punk is like at a Raw in like I don't know, Long Island or whatever. Like Drew's like, "Hey Punk, I'm in your neck of the woods in Chicago. I'm outside your home. The lights are on, but nobody's home. Nobody." And I don't know, something like that. But
Wow.
I'm gonna fuck your what? No, I'm playing. I'm playing, people. I'm playing.
Wow. All right.
I'm playing.
Your wife is mine tonight.
I'm gonna fuck her in front of fucking nobody.
He's gonna watch.
But yeah, just they do namp. I really did like the match. I really enjoyed it. I like the fact that they brought back the four corners aspect because I remember the last strap match that Drew was in was against Cross, and it was just like a straight up strap match, and it was just like okay, well, cool. This one kind of brought back that old school feel of like, just two guys beating the air living dog shit out of each other, and I like the beginning of it where Punk is making his entrance, and then Drew just attacks him from behind and just beats his ass to begin the match. Kind of like the last match where the two just began the match just beating the shit out of each other. Only thing I didn't like about the match was they implemented other weapons, like a table. Not the announcer. The announcer's table was fine with me, but I'm talking about like an actual table, steel chair. It's just like to me, it's just like it's already a strap match. It's already a weapons match. Like to me, it just seems like adding a hat on a hat. Like it wasn't anything to make me go fuck this match. It was more just like little nitpicking. Again, it's just me. But I did enjoy the match, and I like the ending where Punk does four GTSs, hitting all four corners at the same time. He finally gets the bracelet back. So yeah, Punk looked really good out there. Got his first singles win since being back in the company. But yeah, just where do we go from here? Hell in the Cell, but how do we get there?
And by the way, did y'all peep the gear that CM Punk wore?
Yep, same gear they won at All In last year. That's the same exact gear.
That's the same. Like as soon as he walked out, I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, is that the same gear he wore? And then as he was moving closer to the light, I was like, oh, yep, it definitely is. This man, they will never ever cease to try to out troll each other from both sides. It's crazy.
I just thought of something kind of cool, like for Hell in the Cell.
Mm-hmm.
Like if that ever does happen, for his entrance, bring back the Ring of Honor AFI entrance.
That'd be dope.
That'd be fucking cool. Like he did for the dog collar match with MJF. That was super fucking cool.
Yeah.
And then just wear like his old school like Ring of Honor like shorts and like ooh.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
I would love that. But anyways, moving on. We have the mixed tag team match: Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan versus the Terror Twins. Bad name. Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. This is a fun match.
Hmm.
I think I think everyone kind of figured this was gonna be fun. Um, Rhea's obviously over as shit. That's no surprise. I don't know
Hmm.
why I don't know why I need to remind myself like it's a shocker because she's mommy. Everyone loves mommy. Dom, everyone hates Dom. They're always gonna hate Dom unless he, makes up with his dad, which is probably never gonna happen. I hope it never happens.
Hope it never
um,
happens. Yeah.
so yeah, just a lot of this match was, the Terror Twins, Rhea and Damien, just dominating the match, and it made sense because I picked the Judgment Day to win because I thought there was gonna be fuckery, like Finn was gonna come out and cost them the match, which they did come out, but it didn't really seem to matter. Like Damien just took every one of them out, and then Rhea ended up getting the win for the team. But yeah, this is a very fun match. A lot of it was Rhea kind of doing most of the work and getting over with the crowd. She finally got her hands on Dom, which I thought they
Hmm.
were really going to stretch that out. Like there was going to be that big moment of she finally got her hands on Dom, and now the place is going, wow. Like no, they kind of just said, nah, we're going to let it happen. I'm like, okay. Um, I mean, unless they, RJ, let me ask you something. Do you think eventually, like when they go to Netflix, they're going to do like Rhea versus Dom in a
What
match?
it wouldn't surprise me none. I mean, with Netflix, there's no restrictions, so I mean, you could get away with a Rhea Ripley versus Dominic Mysterio match where he can actually maybe hit her with a move or two, and then not be, I can't believe he just did that. So I think that's a possibility. That's a possibility, and why not? It's on Netflix.
Right. Like a lot of the matches, like Dom is too afraid to hit her, and then he finally like snaps and hits her, and Rhea just has this look on her face like, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking kill you," and then you just hear the crowd going, "You fucked up, you fucked up."
Oh
Um,
man.
but yeah, Rhea had her legs wrapped around Dom, a la 2 years ago when Dom was tagging with his dad before he became scumbag prison Dom.
Yeah, when
But yeah,
she poisoned him, and
oh
yet
yeah,
and all, Dominic's the bad guy. Yeah, sure. Whatever helps you
yeah,
sleep at night, people.
nice. But yeah, this is a fun match. I had a lot of fun watching this match. We all did in our living room. What'd
Yeah,
you guys think?
yeah. I thought it was a fun mixed tag match. I mean, with all four of the players involved, all of them are good at what they do. Liv Morgan's killing it right now with this new change of character. Her and Dominic fit together like a glove, and I like the fact that they actually look like more of a couple than Rhea and Dom ever did.
Nice.
And it's really fun to see. I like that, and Priest and Rhea have great chemistry and everything like that. It shows, and this was just fun when you have four people who are over and are good at what they do, and they come together. Usually, there's magic, right? There's magic. There's gonna be a good time, and that's exactly what this was. I thought it was a good time, and my God, Justin McDonough, just for him taking them crazy bumps like he does, I think they need to bump his pay a little bit because my God, Damian Priest killed him twice. Killed him twice. I'm like, my God. And Carlito, what purpose does he serve? I mean, I don't know why he's in the Judgment Day. I think they need to
God
kick him
knows.
out.
God knows, man.
I don't know if you guys agree with me about the whole Raquel Rodriguez thing that I brought up a couple weeks ago, but I think that might be more needed more now than ever. So
I agree. Like I do think Judgment Day they do need some muscle because
yeah.
for the most part, when they lost, Damien and also Rhea, they lost a lot of their heavies, like their heavy
Hmm.
hitters. So like after this, like Finn being the quote unquote leader should be like, I'm sick of what I see on this team. We need people need to be held accountable. We need some monsters. We need some muscle.
Yeah.
And then I mean I don't know I don't know Raquel's health situation because I know she
She's
has
been
a
at the shows. She's
right
been at the shows. So
so
I
I
don't
mean
know.
but it'd be interesting if she got added on because Rhea did fuck with her. Like it
Yeah.
can be a thing of like Rhea's past is coming back to haunt her. Kind of like with
Yep.
Jay, like kind of like how they almost did with Jay. I mean, they kind of did
Hmm.
it with what they kind of did it with Drew. I mean, well, they did do it with Drew, where yeah, Jay's a face, but he's not going to be automatically forgiven by everybody. Kind of like
Yeah.
with Rhea. Rhea's now a face, but not everyone's going to forgive her because she did kind of fuck over a lot of people.
She fucked a lot of people off. That's how I don't understand how Liv Morgan's the bad guy in this situation. She tried to break her arm. She tried to break her arm.
I disagree with Raquel, just basically because of what she's been going through lately. How is anyone going to boo that woman?
No, they're not. But no, I mean Raquel's just one example. I mean, who else would you add on the group for muscle?
I wouldn't add anybody.
Well, I mean, they need
Oh,
muscle.
why would you need to add someone?
Well, they need muscle because the group's kind of small.
Yeah, all those guys are small.
Every group needs to have muscle.
I mean, you kind of do.
Yeah, you need
really.
you need a cleanup guy there, man.
Did DX need muscle?
I mean, they had China.
Yeah, China and Triple H is a fairly big guy. You know, Road Dogg, or not Road Dogg, but Billy Gunn was a fairly big guy too. I mean, all these JD, the leader is small. The leader himself is small. He's small. I love Finn Balor. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not some size queen or anything like that. But it's like, come on, man. He comes in.
Hook was 6 foot.
Who?
Hook is 6 foot.
No, the fuck he's not. He's not 6 foot. Stop saying he's 6 foot, Justin.
6 foot.
I put in the chat
What?
of his he did lacrosse. And it shows that his height is 6 foot.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
I mean, he doesn't. I mean, Hook doesn't look like a midget or anything like that. So
Hook thinks he's like 5'9".
I mean, remember when they said Adam Cole was 6 foot?
Hey, I'm looking at college records though.
Yeah, they don't lie on college records though. Wrestling, wrestling is they stuff shit. But
I'm just saying, just give the guy credit. He's 6 foot.
Hey, what do you think about the Astros?
They're fucking terrible.
Oh, God.
Justin knows my trigger, and I know Justin's triggers. So,
I didn't get that trigger. I didn't get that trigger though, because I know they're fucking shit. So,
or just the city of Houston in general.
Come on, man. We know that's the worst city in the fucking world. Come on, man.
For any listeners of ours are in Houston, you know where to send your hate mail. But anyways, yeah, this is a fun match. But yeah, I do agree. Judgment Day might need to add a new member, and as much as I love Carlito, he's not really doing much for this gang.
Okay. So we add a new member, right?
Yeah.
And you're saying possibly, she could be Raquel, right? What's some other members that we can talk about possibly?
I brought up Omos. I brought up Omos because of the fact that they're not doing anything with the dude on TV. And if Triple H ain't a fan of his wrestling, why not use him as a?
I don't think.
Yeah, just use him as a visual, man. Like you could even recreate the whole Bad Luck Fale Finn Balor aesthetic with him riding on his shoulders to the ring.
Man, I was against Omos until you said that. Shit.
Or
his arrogance, but there's plenty of like green big guys. Maybe you can just bring up for the aesthetic. They don't have to do all that much. You ain't got to wrestle. Hey, yeah, a lot of guys in NXT you can use for the job. Like Braun Strowman wasn't ready for prime time when he first got there, but he looked like, based off his look alone, that's why he got the gig. Like, so, and he got better. He got better. So who's to say that maybe they couldn't make lightning strike twice when it comes to that? So
Josh Briggs.
One thing about Josh Briggs, from what I've been seeing over there in Japan, he hasn't been getting talked about in Japan, but Tevion Heights is. Tevion Heights been getting like a lot of notoriety in Japan. I haven't really heard anything about Josh Briggs over there in Japan.
And Justin,
not to say that he's like doing bad or anything, but it seems like Tevion Heights has been getting all the attention.
The hype.
Yeah, the attention over there. Yeah.
And Justin, from watching a lot of New Japan and stuff like that, Japanese, they love big white guys, 6'6", that can hit a lariat.
Yeah. Speaking of JBL's everywhere right now too.
Oh yeah, he came out on
everywhere lately.
Came out on Impact last night at their
He may end up being here next week because we're gonna have the TNA pay-per-view next week and Impact as well. So
nice. I thought that was on the 13th.
I think it's next week.
Just sworn it was on.
I think you may be right. You may be right, but I think it's on the 6th and 7th.
Okay.
I may be wrong, but whatever.
I got one, and this is just a pipe dream because he's, I don't know his contract situation, and he, can't be here yet. But Wardlow.
Oh,
Judgment Day.
I don't think Wardlow needs to be in another group.
Okay.
yeah. I agree with that.
He
I agree
doesn't
with
need
that.
it. Why would we take him from one group to another? He needs to be on his own. That's number one. Number two, Wardlow is so he's so misused and buried over there in AEW. He needs to go NXT just to
Get that stank off.
rebuild his shit back up.
No, I agree. Yeah, Drew, had he not been in two failed groups, because let's be honest, as much as I love the Pinnacle, I love the idea of the Pinnacle. The Pinnacle is a bust.
Right.
And I'm about to say United Kingdom, the Undisputed Kingdom, as much as I wanted to love it, everybody knows I'm a big Adam Cole fan, but it's a bust. It's a bust. I'm honest. I could be a big fan of somebody, but I call it like it is.
Yeah.
It's been a bust, and Adam Cole is one of the big reasons why it's been a bust. Tony Khan should have changed directions. The devil should have been Jack Perry. I will still stick to that. Should have been Jack Perry.
Yeah,
Somebody that could it would have been a whole lot more better and effective because hey, he wasn't hurt, he wasn't injured. Adam Cole was, and it's just like, dude, it would have been a whole lot more better in my opinion had they would have went that route. But
I mean,
the
at
group
the end
is
of the day,
POA.
Jack Perry's still, still doing his thing over there. But
No,
I
yeah.
agree, though. I agree. I think that was at that point shouldn't have been Adam Cole. They just fucked that up.
Big time.
I went over like a wet fart.
You damn right. And
All
look at
right.
them now. Look at them now. They not even. There's so much not a faction right now that Roddy Strong is having random matches with not even with his teammates in the group.
It's ridiculous, man.
He's having tag matches with the Beast Mortis.
He was
Black Farouk.
who was he team with that at All In again?
I have no idea, but I don't think it was Taven and Bennett.
Was it Don Callis family or something like that?
No, because half of the Don Callis family hurt too.
Oh yeah,
Hobbs is out.
Takeshi just coming back over from Japan too. So
yeah, Takeshita just came back. Man, he do something with that dude, man. He's too damn aki and too talented not to do anything with it. I really don't get it.
Oh yeah,
Tony Khan has a phobia against big men, I think.
He has a phobia against logic.
Yeah.
That's his phobia. Logic. Where the fuck is this guy at? But anyway, I'll find it in a second.
All right. So let's get to the main event.
Yeah.
The main event for the World Heavyweight Championship. You had Gunther, the hometown boy, versus Randy Orton. Both coming out in like different shades of red, which I thought was kind of off-putting. I don't know. Gunther kind of wearing like a maroon red, whereas Randy come out wearing like kind of like the bright red shorts.
Yeah, it's kind of like going back to like the 2004 Orton.
The Legend Killer Orton.
Yeah.
How long was this match? Does anyone know?
I think it went over 20. I want to say.
I think there was a point in the match where somebody said we're at the 25-minute mark. I'm like, this match has been 25 minutes.
Yeah, 25 minutes, something like that. Yeah.
I want to hear what you guys think. What did you guys think about the match?
I thought it was really good. Like usually the. Oh wow, the match went 34 minutes, but it was slow. I know that long.
Christ.
It was slow. It was slow. It felt like 25 minutes to me, but it was slow and methodical. And it picked up halfway through. They wanted to give Gunther like a long match, obviously because they're in Berlin. But I thought the match was very good. Randy was kind of working heel in a way because he was working on the arm and Gunther was kind of getting like a babyface reaction for obvious reasons, right? So they may turn some people off, but I thought the actual story being told in the match of Gunther's arm being worked on and trying to block, for his chops to be less effective. I thought that was very good. Randy actually, making Gunther look vulnerable, also like throwing him through the announce table and all that stuff. I thought it was, very good spot as well, and in a good point in the match to have Gunther look very vulnerable, even though you knew he wasn't gonna lose. But yeah, I mean, and fucking Gunther just choking him out at the very end. I mean, kind of like similar way he does to like someone like Dragunov, because he did that to Dragunov in their first match in WWE and NXT UK. So, but I thought it was a good match. Nothing fantastic, but I thought it was good.
RJ, what'd you think?
I thought it was a fine match. Orton working heel was the kind of the right way to go, obviously. And I like the fact that he was working on Gunther, say he didn't, to the chops wasn't effective. I thought that was really smart because I didn't think Randy Orton would be taking all them chops like that, anyways. To be honest with you, I'm not trying to call Randy Orton a puss or nothing like that, but he ain't taking all that shit. So I thought it was fine that was a working point for Randy Orton to work on the hand and stuff like that. I thought this was a fine match. I thought this was better than the King of the Ring match.
Yeah,
And
by far,
Hmm.
by
I
far.
just I don't know, the blown spot kind of irked me a little bit, Drew. This one had more of just a more of a permanently sticking landing. So like
Right.
that's why I'll put that one above this. And it was a world title match too. And I like the fact that Randy Orton gave him his flowers after the match, shook his hand and everything like that. That was a really good touch. Gunther looked really good as champion. And I told told Monty the other day, because Monty was like, "Man, they should have Randy Orton beat this guy." I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Oh God, Monty.
Like, what? No. I'm like, what? I said, what? I said,
Sorry.
Monty, I said, let's think about this for a second here. Let's think about this for a second. You think Triple H is really going to take the belt off of Gunther in less than a month? Championship reign to give it to Randy Orton? Where Randy Orton has a clear program waiting for him against Cody on the next show? Like, I was like,
Can
come on.
can
No,
can
no,
I
no,
do
no,
an
no.
can I do an impression of Monty responding to that question?
Go ahead.
Facts.
There you go. But yeah, I thought that was
Lo-
crazy. I was like, no, you
love
can't.
you, Monty, like a brother, but I just gotta be honest. I'm sorry. We're just
You
being
can't,
honest here.
can't do that.
Um,
Can't do that. But no, I thought this was really fun though. I thought Gunther and Randy went out there and they had a really good Titan fight, as I like to call it. So
right. Man, I feel like the odd man out. I actually didn't enjoy this match as much as you guys. I
there's nothing wrong with that, bro.
I actually enjoyed the King of the Ring match a lot better. Granted, there was the blown spot.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I need to rewatch this match again to understand it better.
Was it
But
because it was too long?
I th- that and also I think the pacing
I
was
know I
kind of
know how you feel about long matches, so
like as long as there's good pacing. The pacing in this match was kind of off.
Yeah, it was a little methodical, especially with
Right.
Orton working as the heel. Like Orton's, heel matches tend to really go a little. The pacing's draggy,
yeah,
Right.
yeah, he had the nickname Randy Headlock Orton for years, so
I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of like when people like a movie and think it's amazing and it's the greatest thing I've ever seen. I'm just like, I'm not seeing it. It's like with Long Legs. Everyone thinks Long Legs is a masterpiece. I'm just like,
never heard of the movie in my life. So
Long
Yeah.
Legs. It just came out with Nicolas Cage, serial killer. Anyways, that's not a here nor there.
I'll catch it, I guess.
But anyways, yeah, like I'm seeing people on social media saying that this is a masterpiece. Great selling, blah blah blah. I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe I need to rewatch it because I wasn't feeling it. Didn't hate it. I wasn't feeling it. There was some points where I was kind of bored. Um, and also maybe Gunther's injury. I don't know if that was by design or that was for the match, but it just I don't know. Like something about the match just didn't work for me. It did start to click a little better, like towards the end of the match, where Gunther was getting more offense in. Made sense for Gunther to win with a sleeper hold because he was trying to go for the power bomb. He finally got a power bomb once, and then Randy kicked out, but kept trying to go for it more than once. But either his arm couldn't handle picking Randy up, or Randy would somehow counter it. But wasn't a terrible match by any means. Very good match. I don't know if Randy. I mean, I get with Randy. He's 44 years old. He can still go. He looks amazing. I don't know if he needs to have 34-minute wrestling matches to prove that he can still go. It's kind of like with Edge, where Edge, when he came back, he's like, "I'm gonna have these Broadway classics," and it's just like, no, you don't, Edge. I'm sorry. With Randy, I think this match could have just been maybe 22 minutes at best, and it still would have been, great. I get it. Gunther's in his home country, basically, and he needs to prove himself, and he wants to go out there and have this, this barn burner, this classic, this Broadway, classic or whatever. I don't know. The match didn't work for me the way it did for other people. Didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. I'll just keep it like.
Would you prefer it had it would have been somebody that matched Gunther's freak? To put it in modern terms, do you think it would have
Somebody
been?
gonna match my
If
freak.
it would have been Ilya Dragunov, and it would have been this long. I mean, it would have been a different match, but
But at least like the physicality would have kept up. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean.
They would have been killing each other.
You see, I wouldn't have been as nitpicky as I am now. But like with Randy, it made sense because with Randy, his bone to grind, his axe to grind is like, you didn't actually beat me. Like you won, but you kind of didn't win. That win was tainted. And for Gunther, he's the ultimate competitor of like, I need to prove myself that I can beat Randy Orton. So I think it's the length thing of like, I don't think it need to be 34 minutes. I think it could have been maybe 22 or just 20-ish minutes, and it still would have been very good. But that's just my opinion. It didn't hate the match, didn't love it. Just kind of didn't work for me the way it did for other people. Might need to rewatch it again to maybe better understand it and be in a better like mindset for it. But that's just my opinion, people.
Kevin Castle hates it.
Of course, Kevin Castle hates it.
He doesn't want WWE to go out of the country anymore.
I hate it. Oh, I hate it because I hate it.
The singing and the chants.
God damn it! I hate it.
I don't know, man. I can get why people definitely feel that way. But look, I'd rather a live active crowd than a dead crowd, bro. I don't know. Like I got mixed feelings about it. I understand where Kevin's coming from, but
like the chants didn't bother me. The only thing I hated was when they started doing the wave during the main event. I fucking hated that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you're gonna do a wave, as much as a dick thing this is to say, like if it's during like a meh match, whatever. I mean, granted, it's still kind of a dick thing to do because it's a match. But during like Gunther and fucking Randy Orton, like you're gonna do a wave? Like that was fucking annoying.
Well,
like
I can't tell people what to do with their money, so they do whatever the fuck they want to do.
I can't either. It's just
if that's how they want to express themselves, and they think that they are doing the right thing by doing the wave, let them do the fucking wave.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's just annoying as shit. I mean, the other chants, they don't bother me. I mean, they're kind of silly, but it's just maybe I'm just being an ignorant American. But yeah, it's fun. The international crowds are fun. They're obviously having fun because they only really get these shows for like live events. Now they're getting like a full-fledged, pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But they don't really bother me. But just the wave thing I think is kind of douchey, in my opinion. But any final thoughts on the main event?
No, I know. I thought everything, at least on my side, that needed to be said was said.
Yeah, same here, man. I got nothing else to add.
And then Gunther and Orton shook hands, and there we go. That's how we end Bash at Berlin. Any closing? Okay, well, we already gave our closing thoughts. Final grade, letter, number. What do you want to say?
So the funny thing is, as you soon as you say that, I see on Twitter that it's saying that Bash in Berlin was better than All In. No, it wasn't. It's a good show. I give Bash in Berlin 7.5 out of 10. But like these shows here, I don't really see like a 8 or 8 or a 9 or probably 8, but like a 9 or a 10. I don't really see that for shows like this. And I also don't see it being like a 5 or a 6. Usually we're gonna have that middle ground, 7.5 out of 10. That's that's pretty damn good if you ask me. So, but if when you have a 5 match card, like you can't really get like a 10 show or a 9 show like that. So,
Right. RJ, what'd you think?
Well, I give it a I give it a 7 out of 10. I didn't think anything was extravagant or pop worthy. Very predictable card. So that takes points away from it for me. There was no like surprise or anything like that. Something that made me go, "Oh shit!" There wasn't that moment, so to speak. So,
Right.
yeah, just 7 out of 10 for me, man. And I as somebody that thought All In was a little too draggy at times last week, I cannot sit here with a straight face and say that Bash in Berlin was better than All In.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
Right.
I can't say that with a straight face. So, but no, I had fun. I had fun with the show. I had fun with the show, but nothing was extremely crazy on it.
I don't think anything is gonna be overly memorable from this show.
Right.
Mhm.
Nothing.
Um,
No, I mean, not everything has to be memorable, but
um, I'm probably with you guys on this. I would say maybe like a 7. Yeah, I'd say it's fair, 7 out of 10. It was an enjoyable show. Um, for the most part, I mean, yeah, it's just like with 5 matches, how how much? I mean, it's kind of weird to say that because like NXT, usually puts on 5 matches, and they usually put on better shows, in my opinion.
what's the work
Um,
rate?
tomorrow might be the best show of the weekend, more than
Mhm.
likely. But which Jeff Lippman will be joining us. We'll be live on
Yeah.
here and also Discord, so look for that, people. But yeah, just yeah, 7 out of 10. Wasn't really anything that was like extravagant or like anything I know a lot of people use this terminology, but not really anything I'm gonna remember in a month or so. But yeah, just me. So match of the night, least favorite match of the night. What did y'all think?
Match of the night, strap match for me. The least favorite match of the night. Not gonna say least because it was bad, but just the one that I rate the lowest is the women's tag team championship.
I agree with Justin, and I agree with Justin on that.
Yeah, samesies. Yeah, the strap match, I was looking forward to it. It delivered. Um, and then just the women's tag match wasn't terrible by any means, but it was just like out of everything on the show, it was just like, eh. I was kind of to it because you kind of figured where it was going. Um, yeah, that's kind of how I look at it. That I think it's we're all on the same page as far as like grades and matches goes. But all right, people. That is our Bash in Berlin review show. We did an hour and 8 minutes. I think that's all we needed.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Also, as well, before we end here,
huh?
the prediction spreadsheet.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, Drew, you were 3 wins, 2 losses, and
Hmm.
I was 4 wins, 1 loss. So we were both wrong about the tag team titles,
Right.
and we were split on the Judgment Day and Terror Twins. So
Ah. Okay.
there you go.
All right. Yeah, RJ, I don't know if Justin made a spreadsheet for the pay-per-views. Is that something you're going to do from now on with each pay-per-view?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, that's dope. That's dope. Justin always finding innovative ways to add things to the show.
There you
Yeah.
I,
go.
I I think I was 4 out of 5 with my picks. I picked
Yeah.
Isla and Alba to retain,
And I think
but
a lot of people got that wrong.
yeah, no, definitely because I thought they turned it up towards the end of their run, and it's a shame that it ended like that. But
Yeah.
we got to continue with the Wonder Woman Superman storyline, as Monty likes to call it, with Jade and Bianca. So we can get that Superman versus the Bizarro match at WrestleMania. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's definitely where they're going, I think. So I was wrong, sadly, but that's okay. That's all right. We can't
Right.
have we can't knock it out of the park all the time with the predictions.
Right.
Yeah, true. That's very true.
But tomorrow, like I mentioned earlier, will be NXT No Mercy. And of course, we'll be back here tomorrow night with Jeff Lippman. Jeff Lippman will be joining us. And we will start right after No Mercy. No Mercy is going to be starting at 6. And it should end like, I would say, somewhere around 8:30-ish.
Right around this time here, yeah.
So we'll be starting pretty much like right after the show. So we'll be live on the Wrestling Soup Discord as well as YouTube. So look for that to happen, people. But we're done for the night. I want to thank RJ for joining us tonight.
Not a problem. Not a problem. I'm glad I got a chance to get on. My sleeping schedule is a little off. I took a little nap after the Bash in Berlin, so thank God that the pay-per-view was early and that we had enough time to. Well, I had enough time to kind of chill out a little bit and get a little sleep in, so I can come and do the show. I wasn't late, so that's a good thing. Usually, when we do the shows, you do them, in the evening. So I'm half cooked most of the time when you guys go live, but yeah, I'm glad I made it, but I made it on time and we got a chance to knock this one out, man. Definitely
Yeah,
always a pleasure stepping over here and doing the shows with you guys, man. I enjoy it. It's always a good time, good laugh, good vibe. So
I was very adamant with RJ. I'm like, you better show up on time.
yeah.
Do not be 1 second late. Or just
Yeah.
do like the old school wrestling booker. I'm gonna fine you $10,000 for showing up late.
You showing up late there, son? Huh? That's 20,000. Ah, damn, Arn, you gonna do me like that? Yes.
And the dress code the dress code is very. I'm very adamant about the dress code. You better show up in a suit and tie, son.
Damn. Suit and tie.
Suit and tie. And
Before
as
you go
always,
before you go to the curtain, you gotta get the water hose.
just start playing Freak League by PD Pablo. That's all you need.
Yep.
And as always, I want to thank Justin for his mind and for making this show work the way it does. So thank you, Justin.
You do my best.
Yeah, you definitely do, buddy.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. And thank you everybody who was listening. Thank everybody on the Discord, on the YouTube. We got quite a few views for tonight, so that's pretty cool. And like I said, we'll see y'all tomorrow. And shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody who makes the show work. So, anyways, people, we're done for the night, and the audio portion should be up pretty soon. So, laters. Peace out.
Peace.
Peace out. Catch you guys later.